guys, horticulturist Gary Bachman, head grower at Heritage Cottage Urban Nano Farm and Heritage Cottage Seeds. What'd you think of that that little fly through of the zinnias I have growing out in our easement? I mean, zinnias I think are one of the most perfect, easy flowers to grow. And what I wanted to do today, oh, and before I forget about it, hey, happy birthday America, since this is the 4th of July. So I'm wearing the appropriate sleeves here for today. Farmers Defense, link will be in the description if you want a little bit of a discount on that. But what I wanted to do today is just show you how I'm going to start sowing zinnia seeds for the fall. I mean, it's 4th of July. Zinnias take anywhere 45 to 60 days. And you want to know something? That puts us right into October. Zinnias are glorious in the month of October as we're getting cooler, not as hot. Plants love it. We love it as gardeners. And so what I wanted to do here is show you how I'm going to sow these. And these are those azalea, those mum pots I like to use. But then once they get up a little bigger, then I'll transplant these like into some 10 gallons or maybe even a couple of them in 15 gallons. Obviously, I'm going to do more than 5 pots and let them grow out and flower and for everybody to enjoy that. And this video is also, I'm doing this for my friend Michelle up in North Carolina. She did me a solid working on some video work. Hey, she just got a care package of zinnia seeds from Heritage Cottage Seeds. And so I'm going to show her how to go ahead and plant these so she can enjoy them in her yard. And all the seeds, the zinnias that I'm going to talk about here this morning are all available at Heritage Cottage Seeds. I'll put a link in the description. So what I've got here, this is professional growing mix. This is the Jolly Gardener. Love the Jolly Gardener. But Pro Mix, Metro Mix, Sunshine Mix will all be appropriate. These professional mixes have a very high percentage of sphagnum peat and or core fiber. Core is a really great renewable resource. And it also has the pine bark and the perlite in this. I did a video here earlier this spring looking at different types of pine bark if you're interested in, or potting mix if you're interested in that, seeing what all the different components are. So what I'm going to do here, I'm just going to go ahead and plant all 4 of them. I'm going to start with Gary's favorite zinnia mix. This is a mix that these are like 3 foot, 3.5 foot. Some of them get to be 4 foot tall. These are the big Zinnia elegans. These are the ones that are perfect for cutting to bring them inside. And all I'm going to do is I'm probably overseeding this, but you can never have too many zinnias. I'm just telling you. And then once this gets into a bigger pot, then we'll be able to grow them a little better. So I'm just going to do that because I'm going to have to put labels in this. So that's Gary's favorite zinnia mix. The next one I've got here, this is Gary's small mix. And this is a mix that I grow that only gets about 2 foot, 18 inches to 2 foot high. And I really like it for a smaller space. This is what I grow in my hell strip out in the front of the house every year. And you want to know something? Zinnias will reseed if you leave the flower heads out in the garden. You know, that's what I do every year for that. Now, let me change pots here and do this. This next one that I'm sowing, this is the cactus flower. Cactus flower is not your traditional looking zinnia. The flowers are more spiky or pinwheely. Is that pinwheely? Is that actually a word? I'm not quite sure. But they look like pinwheels. How about that? All different colors. Love this. This is actually kind of an older type variety of zinnia. And then the last one here is one of my favorites. This is peppermint candy. This is flowers that are white, and they'll be yellow and cream color, but they have stripes like candy canes, or like the starlight mints. That's another good analogy of that. And I'm just going to do that. And instead of taking the and roughing all the seeds in, burying the seeds, what I'm going to do is I'm going to take mix from these other pots. I'm just going to bury the seeds like this. Look at that. That's a pretty easy, sneaky way of sowing the seeds. It's actually a way that a lot of big growers do it. They sow seeds on top of the mix, and they come in and put mix right on top of that. And then I'm going to use the plant tags that I really like. These are the I can't get this right. I always mess this up. MCG biomarkers. These are great. I'll put a link in the comments. And if you happen to hear that music there, Katie is out here Pokemoning in the yard here, because we have a Pokestop that's just like right around the corner from us. And putting the markers in is really important, so we can keep track of what varieties we have. Though, to tell you the truth, when these start to flower, we'll know exactly what they are. But still, I like to tag everything, because even with tags, you can get messed up on. Last thing that we have to do is go ahead and water. And hello, Chili. Listen, I got the water going. Yeah. Chili does not like the hose. She'll walk in every puddle after a rainstorm, but you bring the hose out, ain't no. Doesn't like playing with the hose. Oops. And that's all there is to it. Now we wait. And, you know, like I say, in 60 days, 45 to 60 days, these are going to be looking fantastic. Seeds are available at Heritage Cottage Seeds. Perfect time to plant zinnias right now. I've got all 4 varieties, plenty in stock if anybody wants to jump on and take advantage of that. And with that, hey, I try and give you tips and tricks to help you be successful. Hopefully you are. You take my tips and use them. If they help you out, go ahead, hit subscribe and help me out, because what I do here at the Urban Nano Farm is real world gardening. Hey, let's grow better together, okay? We'll see ya.